The truth is, everybody wants to go big when it comes to property, developing large-scale development. But very few people know exactly what it takes to do so. And in this video, I'm going to touch on 3 things that I think you would need to pull a successful large-scale development. And I'm also going to be sharing my R100 million mistake that I've done that made my development fail. And I hope that you can learn from it. And as I said, I'm talking to one person here who needs to hear this, not everybody. And I made some few notes here so I don't forget everything that I have to go through. So let's go into the first thing that you need when you're going from a few bonded properties to a large scale development where you're developing like 20 units plus. The first thing you need is a skill. You need a skill of closing deals and structuring deals. That's something you cannot ignore, okay? Most of the time when you're starting up in the property industry, you know how to run numbers on flats and stuff like that, but you don't know how to put it together in development. So the skill of, being able to structure a deal, understanding the market deeply, and putting a team together, that is a skill that you need as a developer. And the second thing that you need is a network, okay? Why do you need a network? You're gonna need funders, you need professionals like QS, architects, etc. Because you can't actually get your projects bankable without those people. And at least you need, a few funders that you already, know and they believe in the vision, and perhaps your projects aligning with their mandates. So that will be the network that you need for you to make sure that your vision becomes a reality, right? And the third thing that you need is capital. When it comes to capital, this is not about the debt part. It's not about the loans. The loans are easy to get. What is hard at this level is the equity. So the equity that you require is actually cash that you have to put, they call it skin in the game. If you haven't had this before, this is probably the first time hearing it, that's cool. But if you have had it, that's cool as well. But skin in the game is what you need. And you need to show that you can raise some sort of funding in cash to make this happen. So you're gonna need to either bring around 10 to 20 million rand, for a start, if your development is big enough, or have a right partner. Actually, that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need to have the right partner who can be able to pull that, or right partners to be able to pull that. So yeah, I did not have none of these things. I did not have them locked up. I was so reliant on other people who had them, and only later on I realized that I needed to have at least 1 or 2 locked up myself. And I don't know that it was this risky to over rely on other people who say, hey, I have 1, 2, 3 things, and then you can just rely on me. Look, teamwork is very important, but if you overly depend on the team when you're doing this, there's a high chance that this will fail. And so if I had to go back, I would say that if you're looking to get into large-scale development, at least work on 1 or 2 of these things. Start building a network. Start building the skill set to know how to underwrite properties at a larger scale. And most importantly, start networking and building capital yourself, or find the right partners who will be your potential capital partners. So I've also dropped like a link of development institutions here. It just has like the mandates, the range of funding that you can be able to get for them to just help you to know who's on the market. Quick advice on it is, sometimes you just have to go to these guys, introduce yourself, and find out what they do. That's a very good way to start building a network. See you in the next video. Bye.